How you guys doing? This is part two of the third day. Hopefully the last day. I think we should be able to finish this today. We'll see though. Just waiting to see this counter starting so I know. Yeah, there it is. Continuing. Here's a meme. I find myself worrying most that when we hand our children phones, we steal their boredom from them. As a result, we are raising a generation of writers who will never start writing, artists who will never start doodling, chefs who will never make a mess of the kitchen, athletes who will never kick a ball against a wall, and musicians who will never pick up their aunt's guitar and start strumming. Glennon Doyle, Untamed. Glennon is going to be all over my book. I love her so much. Um, so that's her quote. Here's another meme. This is James Dean quote. Dream as if you'll live forever. Live as if you'll die today. It's amazing. Scientists made one woman's severe depression disappear. The process involved brain implants that interrupt her thoughts. So this is a link to an article, Woman's Depression Relieved by Electrical Brain. Um, this is the work you can do naturally with intention, interrupt your own thoughts. So I'm taking this article to create a concept, to validate, to confirm, to prove that intentionality works, whether it is artificial or internal. There's a book here that I attach. It says "Recapture the Rapture: Rethinking God, Sex, and Death in a World That's Lost Its Mind" by James Wheel. I don't know if I want to read that, but it's really, really interesting. So I probably do. I'm just not gonna pay for it. Don't say ain't. That slave word. Well, I ain't no slave, so I say what I want. Weeds. Season one. I think this is an exchange between, I can't think of his name, but the person who will be a co founder of the new business, and I'll think of their names, but I can see them. Their relationship is aunt and nephew. The chakra for bravery is the same as the one for love. That's the heart. Chapter idea hurting. Where is hurting in my paradigm? So the five chapters are discovering, surviving, belonging, mastering, and playing. Hurting probably happens in belonging. It also happens in survival, but I think it will be more useful in the belonging conversation. Belonging is going to be such a big part of the paradigm. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Hurting people without intention and being hurt by people. Americans. Season 1, Episode 2. Look at the transcript. Revisiting the gems theme from the intro to Book 1. So I got a couple of memes. Actually, this is a Chris Sand meme. Chris Sands meme. There is a version of you from the past that is proud of who you've become. I love that. There's another one. Just remember you're a diamond. They cannot break you. Description. A peak performance expert maps out a revolutionary new practice. Okay, so this is the description of the book I just mentioned. Recapture the rap. Capture the rapture. Yeah. It says a peak performance expert maps out a revolutionary new practice, hedonic engineering, that combines the best of neuroscience and optimal psychology. It's an intensive program of breathing, movement, and sexuality that mends trauma, heightens inspiration, and tightens connections, helping us wake up, grow up, and show up for a world that needs us all. This is a book about a big idea, and the idea is this: slowly over the past few decades, and now suddenly all at once, we're suffering from a collapse in meaning. Fundamentalism and nihilism are filling that vacuum with consequences that affect us all. In a world that needs us at our best, diseases of despair, tribalism, and disaster fatigue are leaving us at our worst. Now, that setting is amazing. And I think I need to incorporate that into the paradigm because I think that's where people are. It's vital that we regain control of the stories we're telling because they are shaping the future we're creating. To do that, we have to remember our deepest inspiration, heal our pain and apathy, and connect to each other like never before. If we can do that, we got a shot at solving the big problems we face. And if we can't, well, the dustbin of history has swallowed civilizations older and fancier than ours. I love that. The book is divided into three parts. The first, Choose Your Own Apocalypse, takes a look at our current meaning crisis, where we are today, why it's so hard to make sense of the world, what might be coming next, and what to do about it. It also makes a case that many of our efforts to cope, whether anxiety or denial or tribalism or identity politics, are likely making things worse. Okay, I will be reading this book. The middle section, The Alchemist Cookbook, applies the creative firm IDEO's design thinking to the meaning crisis. This is where the book gets hands on, taking a look at the strongest evolutionary drivers. Okay, now I remember the reviews for this book are not good. Uh, in fact, they're poor. I think the book is doing well. It's popular, but I think it's popular because of what it purports to do, not necessarily what it successfully does. But in the process of reading the book, I think it could be helpful for me to take its attempt and deliver better on it because this is very close to why I'm writing my book. This is where the book gets hands on, taking a look at the strongest evolutionary drivers that can bring about inspiration, healing, and connection. Yeah, those are all my topics. From breathing to movement, sexuality, music, and substances, these are the everyday tools to help us wake up, grow up, and show up, aka how to blow yourself sky high with household materials. And the best part, they're accessible by anyone, anywhere, no middleman required. Transcendence democratized. That's all my stuff. The final third of the book, Ethical Cult Building, focuses on the tricky nature of putting these kinds of experiences into gear and into culture. Because anytime in the past, when we figured out combinations of peak states and deep healing, we've almost always ended up with problematic culty communities. Woo! Yeah, that's so true. Playing with fire has left a lot of people burned. This section lays out a roadmap for sparking 1,000 fires around the world, each one unique and tailored to the needs and values of its participants. Think of it as an open source toolkit for building ethical culture. Again, this is straight from my playbook. In Recapture the Rapture, we're taking radical research out of the extremes and applying it to the mainstream, to the broader social problem of healing, believing, and belonging. It's providing answers to the questions we face: how to replace blind faith with direct experience, how to move from broken to whole, and how to cure isolation with connection. Said even more plainly, it shows us how to revitalize our bodies, boost our creativity, rekindle our relationships, and answer once and for all the questions of why we're here and what do we do now. In a world that needs the best of us from the rest of us, this is a book that shows us how to get it done. Yeah, I gotta check this out. Continuing. Here's a meme. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag? Oh, I think this is the inspiration for a song, maybe one that came up on Song Exploder, and I downloaded it. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag? Oh no, these may be lyrics of the song. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again? Do you ever feel so paper thin like a house of cards, one blow from caving in? Do you ever feel already buried deep, 6 feet under screams, but no one seems to hear a thing? Do you know that there's still a chance for you because there's a spark in you? Ooh, this is so great. Oh, this is a famous song. It's so funny. You just got to ignite the light and let it shine. Just own the sky like 4th of July, because baby, you're a firework. Right, of course. Come on, show them what you're worth. Make them go, oh, oh, oh. This is awesome. As you shoot across the sky, baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make them go, oh, oh, oh. You're going to leave them in awe, awe, awe. You don't have to feel like a waste of space. Your original cannot be replaced. If you only knew what the future holds, after a hurricane comes a rainbow, maybe a reason why all the doors are closed so that you can open one that leads you to the perfect road. This is really interesting. A lot of this energy is going to be the end of the book. Like a lightning bolt, your heart will blow, and when it's time, you'll know. Just got to ignite the light and let it shine. Just own the night like 4th of July, because baby, you're a firework. Come on, show them what you're worth. Yep, 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 yep. Okay, cognitive dissonance. Now, I put this on yesterday. I'm getting near the end of this. Sometimes people hold a core belief that is very strong. When they are presented with evidence that works against that belief, the new evidence cannot be accepted. It would create a feeling that is extremely uncomfortable called cognitive dissonance. And because it is so important to protect the core belief, they will rationalize, ignore, and even deny anything that doesn't fit in with the core belief. Frantz Fanon. I need to Pedagogy of the Oppressed. I'm pretty sure. Is that the end? We're at the end, you guys. It came a lot quicker than I thought. Okay, so let me just say, I really do appreciate being able to do this in this space. Again, this was not for public consumption, even though I know people are going to watch it and talk. And I don't know if anybody's talking about it at this point, but I've done this for me. And the next time you hear from me, I probably will have 5 more discussions before the book is finished, one for each chapter, and maybe 2 more, maybe 7, because I think I want to talk about the introduction and the book um, before the final draft. So those will probably be the last 7 videos. And since there's about 7 more weeks left before Christmas, something like that, um, that should work out perfectly. Thank you guys so much again, and I will see you soon. Take care.